are tuned to the Ron Todd Show with your host, Ron Todd, for the latest in gospel music and good talk on one of the fastest growing internet gospel stations, WVTC Detroit. Ron can be heard each Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Set your reminders and tell your friends. Ron's back on the air, and it's fire. You can reach out to Ron on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let's enjoy the Ron Todd Show. With all my mind, with all my mind, with all my mind, with all my mind. I came to glorify you. I came to magnify. I came to bless your name. I came to bless your name and give you praise. That's what I do. With all my heart, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my mind, with all my mind, with all my mind. Hey, let go. Y'all ready? Pump your fist like this. With all my might, with all my might, oh yeah, I came to lift up my hand. I wanna praise you, I came to glorify you, magnify you, with all my might, with all my might, yeah, I came to praise him, yeah. Yeah, with all my might. Y'all been looking for me? Well, here I am, and welcome to the Ron Todd Show. Listen, I am super excited because we have a good one for you. They're all good, but today is going to be especially good. Make sure you tell somebody to get logged on just like you. However you're watching us, maybe let them know. Of course, they can watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All over the world, they can watch us here at the Ron Todd Show. Don't you just love it? WVTC Gospel Detroit. It is an awesome place to be, and I'm glad to be here. Let's get it started. It is time for What's the Tea? Well, I'm so glad you asked because I brought the tea with me today. I'm super excited because my little sister, my friend, her name is Kimmy Komet. She is an actress and a model, and she is here with me today. Y'all show some love for Kimmy Komet. As she slides on in the shot. Bring your mic on over.
Okay.
We're super excited that you guys are here, that you're here today. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So tell everybody just a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So my name is Kimmy Komet. I am an actress, I am a model, and I'm also a vice president of the only female black-owned valet company in Michigan.
Yes. Tell us the name of the company.
Universal Special Events Incorporated. Shout out to Tanya Williams, who is the CEO and owner.
Awesome. And I think that is very, very important that we know because you guys are, tell us the statistics again, you are the
Only
only
African American
Yes.
woman owned valet company in Michigan.
That is absolutely amazing. And of course, we definitely want to ask you about
the things that you've done as an actress and a model. You know I just got through doing a show, Just for the Love of Money, a Sheila Finn production.
Yes, sir.
And you played an amazing part of that production. Tell everybody how you started acting.
So I started acting because of my cousin Andrea. She forced me to come to an audition. I was super scared. I didn't want to go. And I was just like, okay, forget it, I'll go. I did a co-read, and they had me just do some skits with somebody, and she absolutely loves me, and I've been on the stage since then. That was in October 2016.
Wow. That is awesome. And it's amazing how you're such a natural and how you just command the stage when you're up there. Tell everybody, how did you learn how to come out of your shell and become that character you're playing?
Well, I feel like with acting, it's a release. So I get to be whoever I want to be.
Right.
A lot of times I do play the pretty girl sometimes, but other times I'm able to become whoever, whenever. I'm not me on stage, which that's what I love about it, because I can literally leave everything on stage. If you ever heard that term in the theater world, you leave everything on stage. So emotions, frustrations, whatever you're going through, just leave it all on stage and bring it out in your character, and that's what I try to do.
Awesome. And then you're also a model as well.
I dabble.
Yes. Tell everybody what made you want to start modeling?
Honestly, I never wanted to model. As a kid, I was a tomboy. I grew up around all boys, and my mother would always try to get me to wear earrings and lip gloss, and I'm like, Ma, I don't want to wear that. She like, you're gonna model, and I never did it. And then I had a friend that he makes clothing. He had me do a show, and I was like, I did pretty good in this show. And then after that, I was just like, okay, well, maybe I should actually start doing this. And
Yeah.
yeah, I get calls here and there.
So you actually are a part of a modeling competition right now.
Yes, it's for Jet Set magazine. The first prize winner, they get flown out to wherever the next destination for the magazine is. You will be on the cover, which is a very well-known magazine. I made it to the top 20 already.
Wonderful.
I'm still in second place for the top 15. Then it's the top 10. Then it's the top 5. So it's a fairly long competition, but right now I'm doing pretty well. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be the next Miss Jet Set of 2020.
Yes, and tell everybody what it's been like for you, because see, a lot of times, because obviously you're a light-skinned African-American woman and you have good hair, as people say. So what has it been like when people see you, especially, have you ever had anyone try to criticize you or make you stereotype you because you're lighter skinned and you have good hair or anything of that nature?
All the time. All the time. It's very frustrating being in an industry where you are judged every single day. So I am African American. I just happen to be on the lighter/fairer side. But most people that know me, they know I'm very pro-black. I actually love the skin that I'm in. I love my people. I ride for them 100%. And a lot of times people will say, oh, you're white, or you look like this, you look like that. Or I do a lot of African model shoots as well. I've had people say, oh, no, she's white, she shouldn't be in this shoot. And it's like,
wow.
The thing that people need to realize is us of the African American race, melanin comes in all colors, literally.
Yeah.
And so you can be fair skinned and still be African American. You can be dark skinned, but you're still African American 100%. We're still family. We're still brothers and sisters. A lot of my roles come from how I look.
Right.
A lot of people are looking for the lighter skin, pretty, tall girl, and sometimes it gets a little frustrating because that's how people see me, and I have a lot more potential than what people allow me to bring out. But as of now, I just accept it for what it is. But I mean, I just want people to know that I'm just the same as everybody else,
right?
Regardless of how light I am. But if it ever came down to it, I'd be right on the sidelines with everybody else.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. We have so much more with Kimmy Komet coming up in the show. I do want to take a moment. Obviously, we know that as a country and I would say as a world, we just had a major tragedy. Kobe Bryant passed away at age 41. Kobe was the husband of 19 years to Vanessa Bryant, with whom he shared four children. Natalia Bryant, age 17, Gianna Bryant, age 13, Blanca Bryant, age 3, and Capri Bryant, age 7 months. Kobe co-founded a training facility for professional and amateur athletes in Thousand Oaks, California in 2018. He was headed to Mamba Sports Academy when he crashed. Kobe was a leading advocate to build women's college basketball and the WNBA. This was largely driven by his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, aka Gigi Bryant. Kobe took great pride in his daughter. He loved his daughters. He loved his daughter's love for the game of basketball. Gianna Bryant also perished in the terrible crash along with 7 other passengers. Those passengers were John Altobelli, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Carrie Altobelli, Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Malzer, Sarah Chester, Peyton Chester, and the pilot Ara Zobayan. Please keep all the families in the loss of their loved ones in this horrible tragedy in your prayers. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back right here on the Ron Todd Show. As you can see, that this set just keeps getting more and more beautiful because the lovely and the beautiful Miss Sheila Finn is here. She has joined Kimmy and I, and I'm super excited about that. You guys know Sheila. She is the playwright, director, producer extraordinaire, and we're super excited that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, of course, Detroit and the Metro Detroit area is just buzzing about your fantastic play, Just for the Love of Money. Well,
Yes.
we just got through with a couple shows in Ypsilanti, and everybody's still talking about how amazing they were. How does that feel for you?
I feel blessed. Blessed. I'm just excited about it. I'm getting calls. I'm still getting calls all day, and I love it.
Yeah. And you've been doing this for, over a decade now, and
Yeah.
God just continues to bless you with more and more things. And what a lot of people don't know is that you don't just write your own shows, but you write for other people.
Yes.
So tell us about that. Like, how, if someone wanted you to write their play, they have an idea or they have a story that they want told, how would they contact you in order for you to write their play?
My telephone number. Call me at 248-229-6461.
Wonderful. And so you will write plays as well as you produce shows as well.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing is Sheila Finn has such a great name. Sometimes you just need to pay her to put her name on your show. Huh? They gonna come out. You say Sheila Finn presents, and they coming. And
Thank you.
we're so excited because you got some film projects that are coming up,
Yes.
and so many things. But right now, you just co-wrote a project that Kimmy and I are involved with in the background, which is a project called Foster Care.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, her name is Rachel Ray, and she wanted to do her story, foster care, and she asked me would I write it for her. So we're working on that now and putting it together. The show is going to be April 25th, and I know she's excited about it. I'm excited about it. I know you guys are excited
Yeah.
about it. So I'm just looking forward to doing it.
Wow, and I know that there's so many parts to it. I mean, we're talking about a documentary as well as the show, and I believe it's going to be life-changing because so many people have been affected by foster care.
Yes.
Whether
I've
they were
learned
in
so
it.
much from it.
Yeah.
From writing it, yeah.
So I think it's going to be one of those things that many people will be blessed by. And so everybody, they often ask me, how can I get in touch with Sheila Finn on social media? How do they do that?
Instagram or Facebook. Well, Facebook I'm full, but Instagram.
And what's your name on Instagram?
Sheila Finn.
There you go. Bam, just like that.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about what you're doing. Is there anything that you want the audience to know, or anything you can encourage maybe an up-and-coming playwright who is like, I can't do this, or nobody wants to hear my story? What would you say to them?
I do a lot of praying. I pray before I write. I pray every day, and the message. I look for the message, and if the message doesn't mean anything to me, I won't do it. But it have to have a message to our people. So basically, knowing that message that you want to give, and really wanting to do it.
Wow. And so tell us about what is the writing process like? Because a lot of times people say, well, I feel like I have writer's block. I know it's in my head, but what do you do when you're beginning the writing process? I know you pray. Do you have to get kind of secluded, or is it okay if you're around people? How does that work?
I'm secluded most of the time. I like to be alone. I write in the middle of the night, like
Wow.
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm up.
She definitely is up.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm up, so that's when I write.
That's
And
why
it's
when I'm up
quiet
in the middle of the
when
night,
it's
I call like, Ma, you up? We call her my shit. She be up.
quiet. Yeah, I'm up.
Yep.
It's nap time for me now. Yeah.
So, what about advice for actors and actresses who want to get into the business? Any suggestions for them?
Study, be committed. Make sure you come to those rehearsals.
Yes.
Amen.
And that's what we look at. And a lot of us directors and writers, we talk with each other, and we, so we let each other know, okay, she's great, he's great, he comes in on time, and so we really look at that, and to study those lines. What we write is really important that you study those lines.
It's something that she said that was so important, Kimmy, because I think what people don't think about is, just like the Bible says, the good name is worth more than great riches. And so even in our industry, like you said, playwrights, directors, producers, everybody talks. So if you go and you mess up with one playwright, that may make it difficult for you to work with someone else because of your reputation.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you'll find people that may give you a chance, but just keep that in mind because, you may miss out on a really good opportunity that your skill may be able to get you to, but your character and your integrity can't keep you.
That's
Yes.
it.
So that's very important. And I'll be honest, when I first started in the business, I learned a lot of lessons the hard way.
We all do.
Yep, I learned a lot of
Yeah.
lessons the hard way, especially my first experience on the road. And see, a lot of people don't realize when you're on the road with these plays, it's a jungle out there.
Yes.
If you never toured, if you never been on the road, it might seem all fun, but it's a lot that goes on. You have to be prayed up. You have to be focused on your task. You have to be professional and know that you're there to do a job. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to be in them hotel rooms shaking sheets. You're not there for that.
Not at
But those are the type of things that can happen on the road. So you have to be ready. My first experience, I was very, very young. I don't even remember if I was 20 years old. And so I was young, I was a toad, and I wasn't focused. And so I thank God because he allowed me to have another chance. He allowed people to give me a chance to prove to them that, I was a kid then, and now I'm this mature man that can handle the role, that can handle. So my advice to, a young person out there is, listen, just do the right thing. Okay? Take it from me because you might not get a second chance. First impressions are lasting. And there's people that still come up to me today and can recall old stories and say, I remember when, and I'm embarrassed. Don't put yourself through those embarrassing moments. Just do the right thing and keep your head on straight.
And have your business, your bio together.
Oh,
It's all about networking. Have those cards, your business cards ready.
yes, business cards, paraphernalia about your products that you may have. Also, when you come to a casting call, let's transition into that because even this Saturday, I have a casting call for my brand new show called A New Suit for Easter. And one thing that I love about this group that you see here is we work together on everything. We support each other on everything. So I work for Finn Productions. Kimmy works for Finn Productions. But Sheila Finn, as amazing as she is, she'll come help me. So she'll be at my casting call. Kimmy will be at my casting call. And, if I need help with anything, she'll come in and help. And she'll do anything that I need and vice versa.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
We look out for each other. But the casting call is this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. at Conquerors Church. If you look on the screen, the flyer is there. The address is there for you. You want to come with your A game. Like Miss Sheila was saying, have your stuff in order. Come with your resume and your headshot. If this is your first time, we understand. Fill out the application when you get there. But if you are a experienced actor, have your resume and your headshot professionally done. Go to Kinko's and get a copy on some glossy paper, okay? It's not that hard. It only costs $10. But have your stuff looking nice because presentation is everything.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Monologues.
Have your monologue. Even if we
Especially-
have something prepared, they should still have a monologue, right?
That's
Absolutely
right.
should have a monologue. That's what shows your range, what you
Yes.
can do. So a lot of times you might go to a reading for a funny part, but if you do a serious monologue, you might get the lead role because the lead role is a serious part. So you never know the opportunities that you're missing out on just
Wow.
not being prepared. Same with out headshots and resumes. We have 40 people coming through the door, we
Yeah.
might not remember you if we
Right.
don't have a headshot, a resume, things like that. So it's always important to be prepared.
And the thing is like if we're looking at a picture of you with your phone in the car, we can see the seatbelt. Or you sitting at home, in front of your Christmas tree and it's January with duck lips. We may not want to choose you over someone who has a professional headshot. Because I may not even take you seriously because you didn't even take the time to invest in yourself as an actor or as an actress. Same thing with your resume. If the font is so small I can't read it, or if, it's just thrown together on lined paper, it's got to be professional. It's got to look professional, because when you take the time to do that sort of thing, I think we say, oh, this person is serious.
Yes. And it's just like with, if you know the story of like foster care, so you know it's about foster care, study foster care.
Yes.
And then when you
Absolutely.
come in, you'll know more about it. You can tell them something. You can do a monologue on something about foster care.
Right.
And that, that really helps you. It really does.
Absolutely. And then don't be afraid of no's.
That's right.
We all heard so many no's, but see, it was the no's that got us to our yeses. Because I think what you do with that no is you make that help you to work harder.
Yes.
Be sharper. Go home and work on your monologue. And then a lot of times, especially if you come audition for us, we always give you notes. Take those notes and go work on it. Don't say who they think they are telling me. I know I'm the bomb. It's like people you see on American Idol, they go up there, can't hold a note in the bucket. And they're trying to tell them, like, baby, listen, if you go and you work on your pitch, where it's not falling so flat that you're on another note, then we might consider you. Take those notes and then go and come back better.
And that's in any aspect of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna get no's all the time on a job interview or anything else you might be pursuing, but that doesn't mean give up.
That's right.
Right.
I mean that we're always able to perfect
Absolutely.
at all points of time. Be willing to learn is the main thing,
Yeah.
especially in this industry. Be willing to learn.
That's just like they might want that certain look that they need, that you, like you said, a dark skin or a light skinned
Yes,
person
to match the
so,
other
yeah,
character.
so or someone that looked close to that other character as a sister or brother. So that's the reason why sometimes you don't get it. It's because it's a certain look that we're looking for. So it's not that we don't like you. It's just that we're looking for that certain look for that character.
Well, you know what? That's a really, really good point. Because I learned that even with reality TV, with some of the shows that you audition for, wow, maybe I just can't sing. No, there are a lot of factors that they're looking for with those shows. And, if you don't fit that mold, like you said, then that might just be why.
Right.
And another thing you said, my Sheila, that I thought was really important is that you have to be willing to listen. Maybe it was Kimmy that said that as well. Because even me, I've been doing plays for a very long time, but there are times my Sheila will say, even as we're getting ready for this casting call, you make sure you have this, you make sure you have that. She's always giving me nuggets. She's always telling me, and I listen. And I'll call her and say, what do you think about this? Or I'm thinking about doing that. You always have to be teachable. Because
Yes.
if you feel like you got it in the bag, you got a lot to learn.
Right. Because I listen to someone. I have a mentor. I listen also. Because I have to ask questions also. I still go to classes to learn, to build, even at my age. So you're never too old to learn.
You can't say at your age because
I
you
was
look
about to say-
young, so they don't know.
You only
They-
25.
Right, see? They looking at you like, well, how old is you? About 30?
In my 60s.
See? Yep.
60.
So you never stop learning, right?
Right.
Well, one more time. Kimmy, I don't know if you gave everybody, tell them how they can reach you on social media.
You can find me on Facebook at Kimmy Kemet, or you can find me on Instagram at Jules, JEWELS _of_ Kemet, because I'm always dropping jewels from Kemet.
All right.
Kemet. That's how you spell Kemet. I'm sorry. And Kimmy is KIMMY.
Yes, I love it. And tell everybody your social media again.
Instagram, Sheila Finn, and Facebook, Sheila Finn. And we have Sheila Finn Just for the Love of Money
Yes.
page. We have that also. And I will be doing a lot of casting because there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. Even a movie called The Mailman. So I will be
Yes.
needing people because we're doing it in Nigeria and here also in the United States. So we're getting ready to do that, and we'll let you know what's going on next.
So stay tuned for more casting calls from Sheila Finn. Thank y'all so much. I try to get my Sheila here with me as much as possible. I just love her. Love her, love her, love her.
Guys.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, you know it's my favorite segment coming up. And my girl is here. Penny Penn is in the building. And Kimmy Comette's going to hang around with us as well. And we're going to have Ask Ron and Penny. We'll be right back.
Thank you for having me, Ron.
We serve a great big God. We serve a great big God who does amazing
it just keeps getting prettier and prettier. Because Penny Pan's in the building.
That's right. Straight from work.
Yes. Kimmy Komet is still with us. Oh, by the way, that was Lisa Noel Smith with Great Big God. I love that song, and I love her.
Nice song.
All right. Who do we have watching? Let's shout them out.
So we got niece Tay Hall. Hi, Tay. Tay is watching. We got Deshane Warren. It's another one of the medical professionals.
Awesome.
She got a lot of degrees and stuff. Yeah, she's real smart. And we also had Rita watching. And then Norma Albright was on here. Norma used to own Black Orchid Flowers before she retired.
Wow.
That was like one of the best florists in the city. Oh, my God. Nobody did it like the Albright. So shout out to, our staples in the community.
Very cool. I saw Jada. Jada is one of the actresses from Just for the Love of Money. I also saw Rose Gates. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, so let's get into one of my favorite segments of the show. This is what we call Table Talk. And we're getting ready to do... All right, here we go.
Drag us into his drama.
All right, so this first question, here it is.
Hey, Ron, I got a question for you. So as we know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and all these ladies like to get excited, but I'm in a bit of a doghouse. So Valentine's Day isn't something I actually celebrate because I believe it's become a day for guys to make up for what they're not doing during the year. So I really don't celebrate it, and I don't plan on doing anything for Valentine's Day. But my current girlfriend is pretty ticked off at me for it, but I'm pretty much stuck on it. So, I mean, it might be a simple answer, but what do you think I can do?
First of all, let's...
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Because first of all, go ahead. I'm going to let you take it.
No, go ahead. You're from a male's perspective first, then we'll burn you.
I think that he is being a bit selfish because, I've been in relationships in past lives where women have either wanted to celebrate holidays or didn't. There were times where I didn't want to celebrate certain holidays, and she did. And what I mean by that is sometimes... it doesn't matter what holiday, but we're talking about Valentine's Day. The point is, if she wants to celebrate it, at what point do you take yourself out of it? Is it going to kill you to buy her some roses and some chocolates? Is it going to kill you to take her out to dinner? I mean, why can't you compromise and say, you know what, it's not my thing, but since it's your thing, I'll acquiesce to it. I think sometimes we go through so much to cause a rift when we could just do something small and it'd be okay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Cheaper to keep her. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm not even going to respond to that. But I guess I should say, first of all, he doesn't have to wait to Valentine's Day.
And that's the problem. Maybe that's you're not doing that all year long.
Maybe he needs to analyze why he stays in the doghouse before he literally gets outside the doghouse. So you don't have to wait to Valentine's Day to show your appreciation or love for anybody.
Right.
But again, that comes from the fact that men and women are different. Mm-hmm. Our love styles and love languages are different. That's a whole nother show.
Right.
But the way that we see, it's not going to hurt you to give her the flowers, to give her whatever she wants on Valentine's Day, because it's probably something you should be giving her anyway that has nothing to do with Valentine's Day. So give it to her. Change your attitude, first of all. Now, I'm not really all into the man-made holidays and making Hallmark and those people rich.
Right.
So that's why I say your level of appreciation should always be there, because you never know when your goodbye is going to be, your
right.
last time. You never know what can happen at any point in time. So you always want to make sure that you leave a lasting impression, or you leave that legacy of love for anybody, and not just sure. Valentine's Day. That should be every day.
But I guess my thing is, apparently this is a big deal to her.
So it should be so just do it. It's not killing him to do it. Just do it, because obviously you ain't did nothing else.
And compromise don't exist in relationships no more.
Right.
Right.
I mean, there should be a compromise there. He clearly said he always in the doghouse, so the compromise should be there. If that's what she likes to do, or if that's how, and like she said, love languages. Maybe they need to sit down and have a conversation about what their love languages are. Her might be gifts and appreciation. and his may be something else. So it's always good to sit down and have those conversations with each other before you move on. You can't be in a serious relationship with somebody if you don't know what they like and what they don't like.
Right. And then, like you said, it's like, do we not compromise anymore?
Exactly.
And then, have you become immune to being in the doghouse?
Yeah, he don't care. It sounds like he doesn't care.
Sound like it.
Good luck, bro.
God bless. Next.
Hey, John. I have a question. So my name is Shanita, and previously my husband asked a question in regards of having sex with me with my weight gain, and he is no longer attracted.
Oh, I remember.
So
This
previously
story.
I had a hysterectomy, and my husband
You
told me
remember?
he does not like to use a lube. He only likes natural juices. So my issue is he thinks that he's solid gold, but my husband is 5'9", so you can imagine what I'm dealing with. So he does not even wash up, and he thinks I'm supposed to be attracted to him as well. So what I'm feeling now is, should I start dealing with other men who can tend to my needs? Or should I accept my husband and possibly go to couples counseling?
Well, first of all,
Shabba. We talked about this. I remember
I
this.
remember
Because
that
I remember the
story.
surgery.
And
and
then
the not her having the
the juices anymore.
oh good God. her having that, because after hysterectomy there's also some hormonal things going on. So we talked about that she needed to speak to her doctor first of all.
Right.
To possibly see what type of hormonal therapy that she can get on. Now I always tell you, I'm a proponent. You use that good old HSA and you're gonna get you some therapy. I'm a proponent for therapy. So use that health savings account. That's what it's for. I mean, if you don't use it, you're going to be penalized in the tax season. So
That's
you might
right.
as well use it.
That's right.
And go on and get some therapy. However, there's a whole other side of that, because him don't wash up.
Yeah. And wasn't that the one where he said that he had to pick up her stomach, to get to it?
Yes.
Well, she ain't got to pick nothing up, but you foul.
And he 5'9".
And see, if you that size, you ought to always wash everything.
tall are you?
6'1".
I was just sure inquiring minds wanted to know. So, is that true?
What?
Because he 5'9" and you 6'1".
Well, my thing. Listen.
Oh, that ain't no excuse. No matter how tall you are, you need to shower every day.
Right.
Wait, is it an excuse for what?
Well, she was saying he was 5'9", so she didn't have to justify the sexual thing, I thought.
Oh.
But she says 5'9", so I said you're 6'1". So I'm just asking.
Well, listen, I'm 6'1", and it's like a baby arm holding an apple, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Well, hallelujah. We ain't gonna ask you to prove it, but I'm just saying. Inquiring minds want to know.
You have to strap that
So-
thing up.
Okay. That's a whole nother show. I'm glad.
Well, no, because see, the thing
I'm
is,
glad you're my nephew.
just like women, men have to strap stuff up too. Because if you don't, shoot, you'll be out just like a man in sweatpants. You can't do that. Everything will just be like a windshield wiper. So even I have to, we have to make adjustments.
Right. He needs to shower. So maybe she could do things like, honey, let's take a shower together.
Right.
So, or,
And she can wash that Oscar Mayer weenie.
She can do that anyway. She can do, draw the bath water or things like that, because maybe he's just not conscious of how he is.
But he said there was weight gain. How do we know they're both going to fit in the area that they have to wash?
And that's a very valid point, because if you don't have that double shower or whatever, it might not work.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to run his shower water.
Right.
Hey, babe, I got your shower water. Because
warm.
one of the things that I have learned, I was reading a book about the different love languages and things like that, is that men want to be received by their wives when they come home.
Yes.
So they want that availability by their wives when they come home. So that means that when they come home, they don't want her preoccupied with other things. So they want her to receive him a certain way. So that could be one of the ways that she could receive him is, hey, I know you had a long day or something, I got a shower water ready for you. Then when you get out of the shower, you could have, other things, lotion him up and that kind of thing. And it could just be an experience that you share together. on your way to therapy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So they definitely need counseling. Would you say the same thing, Kimmy?
Absolutely. I mean, she says she married, so for one, you still got to respect the boundaries of marriage, and stepping out is not the answer.
That's not an option. Right.
And so try therapy first. If it doesn't work, then that's when you go and look towards other options. But other men, oh no, honey.
Right. Yeah. And
Well.
she, all those fellas, go to the dollar store, get that Lever 2000, watch all 2,000 body parts.
You know what?
That's what the commercial said. It's Lever 2000, except for all 2,000 parts.
Yes.
Just saying.
Okay. Last question. Here we go. We got to get off the air.
Hey Ron, I have a question. One of my friends is getting married this fall, and they requested that I send them $30 for my plate at their reception. Is this appropriate?
You know what's so funny about this? Somebody just sent me, and I would not dare say their name on the air. That's messy. But somebody just sent me a request for money for my plate at their wedding reception. And I think that is just so ghetto. I'm sorry, and if they're watching, I'm sorry, sweetie. I think that is just, that is so ghetto and so distasteful. So let me break it down for you, sweet pumpkin. When you have your wedding, if you can't afford a reception, don't have one. Or if you have to limit the number of people that comes, limit it. When you send out your invitations, you can say monetary gifts preferred, but what you do not do is you don't ask people to send you money per plate. Are you kidding me? And I want everyone in big caps to send. We've been asking. First of all, your wedding is almost a year away. So what do you need it now for? We've been asking everyone to send us the money for your plate. That is the most ghetto, fabulous thing I've ever seen in my life.
So if I don't like the food, do I get my money back?
Hello.
Right.
What if y'all don't get married? Are you going to refund everybody because you know you're going to spend that money?
Right. So if I only eat half my plate, can I just give you $15? That's just inappropriate. It's
tacky
not
on
good.
so many levels.
It's very tacky on so many levels. Yeah, because we could have a good old taco bar for $10 per person, and I'm gonna be just full. Ain't nothing like we can have that tacos and tequila, something. We can just have a good old.
Or
taco
go to the
bar.
courthouse and do your reception later when you can afford it. Cause
When you can afford it.
Right.
honey, if you cannot afford it, you don't need to be getting married. You or your man.
Yeah.
But then for you to say in a tone like, well, I need everyone, and we've asked you before to send your money for your plate. Well, guess what? You get them Chinese in order because nobody's coming.
Yeah.
And whoever pays, that's their prerogative. But I'm not paying for no plate. Now, when I get there, I'm going to have a check for you, but I'm not paying for no plate.
Because you're counting out your gifts. Because more
Exactly.
than likely, you're going to get more than $30 in a gift if
Yeah.
So that's a little bit tacky. So
A
wish
lot
the
of
best.
it.
Or I tell you what, if y'all together 5 years from now, then I give you that $30 for that plate.
Right. Because chances are y'all might not even make it.
There you go.
Statistically. God forbid. But, I mean...
Right. I'm just saying.
But I mean, if y'all asking me for money now for a reception, there's a problem right there. Because my thing is, what do Junebug and his family, what are they bringing to the table? What is your family bringing to the table? Nobody believes in your union. My thing is, for all we know, you can only invite 20 people, and you can get mom and them to do a pan of chicken, a pan of macaroni, a pan of this, a pan of that, and then y'all have y'all little reception. The fact that you can't get nobody to help you with a piece of chicken.
You can go over there, Captain Jay's.
Yeah.
For $50.
Captain Jay's,
I
my
mean,
thing
asking
is-
for $30 is on the same level. So I mean,
Yeah, because when I got married, I had 500 people. No, it was over 500 people at my reception. And my caterer did charge us $25 a plate. We paid for it, and we still ran out of food. You should have saw my mom and them running out of there trying to figure out how we going to get some more food. But that's a whole nother story. But
He had to tell it.
Yeah, and it did happen. The caterer ran out of food. But part of the problem is there were people that were not on the list that were still slipping in. And see, we had the tables and we had those numbers, but then we had a strolling part. And people were supposed to stroll and stroll on.
But you know, that's what happens when pew babies get married.
Yeah.
You know, when pew babies get married, everybody comes, and they don't care what that invitation is. But
Don't
I just
even
don't,
like
you
me,
know,
but you want to sit up and eat my cake.
You know, if it's somebody he likes and it's a friend of his, you know, and you want to go to the wedding, you just give in to give your $30, you know, and go. I wouldn't ruin a friendship over it.
No.
But you know, it is very tacky, and I just wouldn't ask for it. I think it's tacky.
When I got my message, I was embarrassed for the person that sent it to me. But I'm going to tell you about me. Now, anybody who knows me is, you know, I give it to you straight up, no chaser, no lemon, no lime, no salt. So when I got the message, I responded immediately. And I told her, I said, you know, and please accept this in love. I said, but you don't ask nobody for money for your wedding to come. I said, you do that in the beginning, and if you want people, you know, if you want only financial contributions, you can say preferred, but it's tacky for you to ask people to pay you to come to your wedding reception.
Sure. It's very tacky.
So this person that called, it's so funny that you call and say that, because I mean just this week. So, and this is somebody that I do know well, and she's a sweet lady, you know, and she has her little fiance. And praise his high holy name.
And sometimes people are getting coordinators and other people that advise them, well, why don't you just do that? So, I mean, it's just tacky.
It is. And you know, that's another thing. Who are advising you? Have you gone to counseling? Because if I counseled you, I would have told you off rip. No. You don't ask nobody for money. Who counseled you, and then who is coordinating your wedding? Because if I was your coordinator, I would tell you, don't you dare send that out. First of all, if I was your coordinator, I would be sending out all of your correspondence.
Yeah.
She don't have a coordinator. She is her own coordinator. That's the problem.
Right. Or her cousin.
See, everything's just too ghetto. Everything.
Right.
Everything's too ghetto.
Do we know? Did he say where she lives?
You know, Faith Evans said, I said, I know it's not too ghetto.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, it's not worth ruining the friendship about. So if it's a close friend, you just might pull them aside and say, listen, man, that's not really how you do this. It's not really how you handle it. You know, let's just take a look at your budget. You know, let's take a look at your budget. Let's see what we can do within your budget, you know, as far as a wedding. And, you know, if all else fails, like I said, you go right on down to the courthouse, and you know how you can get everybody there for free? Have a watch party.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Have a watch party, and then put a GoFundMe on there.
I was about to say, because this sounds like a GoFundMe wedding at this point.
Put your Cash App on there and do a watch party from the courthouse.
You know, because my problem, I'm like you. If I pay $30 for a plate and then I get there and there's blood coming out the chicken because it ain't done, or the meat is tough.
Chicken tastes like wood. That's a rapper's delight. You know?
I'm going to be livid.
And there's some people that got dietary, restrictions. You got vegans.
So they may not even be able to eat. So why they got to pay $30
fish?
to come?
Right. I don't want to touch fish. I don't want to see fish. I don't want it near my plate, near my food.
So if I'm paying $30 for some bread and water, no, ma'am.
Right.
My thing, and again, if you having that many people, usually they'll give you a discount like $25 a plate. You charging $30 like they coming to Shea Josephine's.
I cannot stand you.
Well,
you need Jesus.
I hope we've helped you guys tonight. Yeah. Now you had a friend that had a question. Let's ask that question for your friend, and then we get out of here.
My friend wanted to know. My friend's in a relationship. Wanted to know. I think her mate says that she is too overly sexual. So she wanted to know, when is having sex too much sex? Like, what's too much for a man? So if I ask you for every day, is that too much for a man?
No, not for a man. You know, but then...
Or twice a day, every day, or 3 times a day?
No, it's not a problem. But again, this is the issue. You have to make sure you can't be like Sweet Pumpkin and your juices ain't flowing, because you can't give me no carpet burn. Now, if you got everything in order...
That was not the question.
Oh. You know, we can't be raw dogging and you got me all messed up because things, you know, okay. So, but if everything is in order, absolutely. And then it depends on how healthy the man is. You know,
Well, that's
I
the
think
thing.
Beyonce said it best. Can you keep up, baby boy? I mean, it depends on how healthy they are. You know,
Right.
sometimes they only can get you one good soldier a day. But as for me in my house, no.
We will serve the Lord.
we
We
oh Lord, yeah.
And all, that's right. In all things we give thanks and worship.
Hallelujah. So, but yeah, I mean, I think for a man, if he telling you it's too much, it's because he getting it from somebody else. Because it's never too much.
No, I don't think that.
Or it depends
I
on
don't
his
think
age.
that.
Is it
depends on
new?
his age.
Is the relationship new? Is it
It's new.
old?
It's new.
Okay.
Are they married?
Can't be if it's a new relationship. But
Yeah, 'cause
how
no,
old
they
is
can't
she?
be
So who told them they could be doing it?
Well, no, that's-
Who told them they could be doing it and they're
Well,
not
I don't-
married?
Well, they haven't accepted Christ in the pardon of his sins first.
Well, you know what? That's why he telling her
See,
it's too much.
it's
Because
too
you
much.
know what?
They don't know Jesus in the pardon of their sins, so we got to work on that first. I'm
And you
working
know-
on that.
And
I
it
don't
probably
think
won't
so.
even be good to them until they get married. See?
Maybe he just don't want to ruin the spice. If it's new and we doing it every day, maybe he don't want to, because it's gonna be hard to spice up the bedroom later on if every day we bumping uglies and we trying something new every other
But
2
you
days.
never know. She could have a discount card at Lover's Lane or Sorellas, and she might be okay. She might can keep it spicy.
Well, you know what I thought? I think that it is too, because I know her. I think part of it is that she came from a very bad space.
Okay.
And this is a very good space for her.
Okay.
So with this space, she's overzealous about the relationship and very happy with him because this is something she hasn't bring. But as my child tells me when I'm yelling and screaming at her, she be like, "Hey, Ma, bring it down."
Right.
So
right.
you know, just bring it down and bring, because you don't want to scare him away. You don't
That-
want to make him think he can't catch up.
That's
or
right.
Keep up and catch up.
Right.
So yeah, you just might have to bring it down some.
That's good.
Yeah, and you know, and just pray first.
And pray, and you know, until you get married, stay out of Sorellas. All right, so this has been our show for the day. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This is the Ron Todd Show, baby. You never know what you gonna hear, what you gonna say. Up and
Right.
yeah.
You have to put a disclaimer on here.
Right.
I'm too young for this.
I just want to say thank you so much to Sheila Finn. I love her to life. I'm so thankful that she
Right.
came.
I'm coming to a casting call. I don't have no bio.
You better come. And don't forget,
I'm coming.
Just for Love of Money is coming to Elkhart, Indiana in April.
April 18th.
April 18th to be exact, so you do not
are
want to
doing
miss
the darn
it.
thing.
We're super excited to come to Elkhart, so make sure you look on Sheila Finn's page, Kimmy Kemet's page. You can look at my page, and you can see the flyer, which is coming very soon this week, and you'll be able to get the address, get your tickets online at Eventbrite, and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget, casting call this Saturday, 3 to 6, Concourse Church. The flyer was on the screen. I don't know if they're going to put it back on the screen for you, but it's this Saturday, 3 to 6, a new suit for Easter. It's an amazing, amazing show. It is a dramatic comedy / murder mystery. You want to see this show, and if you want to be a part, we need you. If you're an actor, actress, think you can sing, think you can act, come out on Saturday. I would love to see you there. Our time is well spent. We got to get out of here. Thank you so much, Penny Penn. Thank you, Kimmy Kemet, for coming. I love you guys for free. We'll talk to you next week right here on the Ron Todd Show. Bye.
You've been listening to The Ron Todd Show, heard every Tuesday evening right here on WVTC Radio Detroit. If you have enjoyed this broadcast, won't you consider liking and sharing this with a friend or a family member? We'd love for you to share it to your Facebook page. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit. We are WVTC, winning victory. The views and opinions expressed on the previous broadcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WVTC Radio Detroit, its advertisers, or affiliates.
WVTC Radio Detroit, You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.